What's up, guys? It's Matt from RC Overload, and I am at one of my favorite locations. As you guys know, I've done tons of filming here. You guys all remember this place. But today I got something a little special for you. As some of you guys know, I recently picked up two Nitro trucks, and old school Nitro trucks, and today I decided to bring one of them out. That being the, what we think it is the Ofna Pirate Monster. This guy right here. So we're gonna take him out today. We're gonna test him out, see how it runs. I haven't done anything to it since I got it. I haven't even changed the shock oil, nothing. The glow plug that's in it is the one that's been in it for a few months. I will be very skeptical if this thing actually runs. Now, I did bring some spares with me, so we should be okay. Second thing I wanted to show you guys is, check this controller out. Old school Duratrax controller. For those of you new guys into the hobby, are not familiar with this kind of setup. This setup requires a crystal to link the truck to the controller. Not this 2.4 gigahertz system with the binding to connect it. No, these use crystals, which you can see at the front there. It's a little box, okay? There's a crystal in the controller, and then there's a crystal inside of the electronics on the truck. Now, the crystal is what binds the car to the controller. Each crystal has its own frequency, so you have to make sure they match. That's how people used to race back in the day. They get different crystals with different numbers so they wouldn't interfere with each other. However, this system wasn't the greatest because it usually had outside sources affecting the controller, making the cars go tweaky and whatnot. However, this is what I started off with doing, so it'll be kind of interesting. So, like I said, this will be the first startup. Sorry, my arms are getting a little tired. First startup of the Ofna Pirate Monster. It's got a .26 size motor in it, and I'm going to be running 25%. Hold on, 20% nitro fuel in it today. And then just see what it does, see how well it works, if it even starts. So enjoy, guys. Let's get it going. Okay, guys, so here we are on the very first test. I've got my tuning screwdriver. I've had this thing since I first started RCs back 10 years ago. My glow plug igniter. And I'm just praying this thing starts. So, power it up. Excellent. Pull the antenna, old school. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna prime the system up by holding my finger over the exhaust while pulling on the pull starter, okay? When I see the fuel reach the carburetor, all right? What I call the carburetor, okay? Once I see the fuel reach that, then that's when I'll put my glow plug igniter on and we'll yank it a few more times and hopefully this thing will start. If not, I'll have to go back to trying a few other things. Let's go. Almost there. Interesting. She's trying to drive backwards. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit and hope that it doesn't hit anything. Okay, so I figured out why this thing's trying to go in reverse. There's a third servo on here, you guys can see. Okay, third servo, which actually controls on the transmission. For some reason, I can't get this servo to stay in the forward position. It keeps wanting to put itself into reverse. So what I might have to do is disconnect this servo temporarily and manually put it into forward drive and just ignore the fact that it has reverse for right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back and retry it again. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I think I fixed it. We'll see. All right guys, so that's it. Short little run, about a tank and a half worth. I ended up blowing out the rear shock. Hey, the thing's old, needs upgrading, but it is definitely worth it. Let's see if I can't get the sun in my face here. Definitely worth it. We're gonna go do an entire rebuild series this winter with it. Upgrade the electronics, upgrade the suspension a little bit. So that was that. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm impressed that it actually was running and it ran extremely well. Even got into second gear there a few times. Handles great in the air. So this is definitely an awesome truck for me. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, I'll see you on the next RC Overload. See you guys.